A new report is out this week by PwC looking at the economic impact of AI, that's artificial intelligence. Let's look at those details on today's edition of Inside AB. I'm Jeremy Lawrence and Eddie Taylor is going to run us through the stats. Eddie.
Yeah, it's a really interesting report that came out. I mean, look at that number there, $320 billion. That's what PwC believes it will be artificial intelligence's contribution to GDP in the region by 2030. I mean, that is such a big number, and it's particularly big here as well. I mean, they think that by 2030, artificial intelligence will make a contribution of 13.6% of the UAE GDP will come from artificial intelligence, which is absolutely staggering. And that's on a par with North America, which is 14% by the same period. And it exceeds Northern Europe, which is about 10% of that. So these are really big and exciting numbers for the UAE.
Okay, what's driving this?
Mainly these three things here: labour productivity, increased consumption, and increased leisure time. I mean, artificial intelligence obviously is going to put the people like this out of work. You know, we aren't going to be spending time doing rudimentary tasks on production lines. We aren't going to be doing jobs such as being bank tellers or receptionists, or increasingly that kind of thing is going to be done by artificial intelligence. So there's a lot of labour productivity costs are going to be saved. Increasing consumption though, with AI, people are going to be much more going to have products that are much more tailored to them, much more personalisation. So they believe that that's going to increase consumption and increase leisure time, with people not sort of doing 50, 60 hours a week on production lines or in sort of, you know, rudimentary jobs. That's going to free up people to consume more, to do more things, and also add to the creative economy.
Okay. I still don't believe we'll have more leisure time. Never happens.
Never. We'll find some way to kind of swallow it up doing rubbish, won't we?
Yeah. But no, I think you're right, of course, that there's a potential to unlock creativity and create jobs of tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, people are very frightened, and I think with some justification that automation is going to put them out of a job. But artificial intelligence also has the means of kind of unlocking human creativity and human potential as well. So instead of people spending all their time screwing nuts on car wheels, they can actually be out being more creative and being more innovative. And as AI increases, they'll think that sort of human employment will go a little bit more towards more emotionally focused jobs and more intuitive jobs that will kind of like tie in with that. So it's not all bad news.
Okay. What's happening here in the UAE very specifically?
Well, the UAE is at the forefront of this. I mean, PwC highlighted just how much the UAE and Saudi as well kind of can really be at the forefront of all of this sector and push it forward, not just on a local scale, but on a regional scale, on an international and regional scale. I mean, the UAE in October appointed the Minister of State for Artificial Intelligence, Omar bin Sultan Al Alama. So if that's not a statement of intent, I'm not quite sure what is. But they have other things here, like the Dubai Future Accelerators, and that's a program that's trying to align innovators with the government to try and see what solutions they can provide using AI to a lot of our today's challenges, both in service sector and in the consumer sector as well.
Okay, and I believe we're not talking about abstract concepts, are we?
This is real stuff. I mean, this is going on right now. I mean, there's a company now called Kome Technologies that is working with the Dubai police to actually come up with artificial intelligence solutions to forensics, which is incredibly exciting. There's another company called Alpha Systems Group here that's working with the Dubai Healthcare Authority to start delivering AI solutions to healthcare. What that means is, instead of ringing up a doctor when you've got a cough, you actually go and see someone, you go and see sort of more of a robotic-based booth, and you'll get your diagnosis that way. Again, it's freeing up time that perhaps, you know, is kind of wasted or is stuck doing mundane or rudimentary tasks. So, but also in customer service, we've all been on websites for hotels and a little dialogue box pops up to say, hey, how are you? How can I help? Those aren't real people.
Really?
There isn't some fella called Jim in a call centre somewhere. Increasingly, those are being powered by artificial intelligence that's using your questions as a cue to respond in a way to provide you the answers. So it's here already.
Okay. So the conclusion by PwC?
Yeah, I mean, this is really important. We touched on this before, that the UAE's dedicated strategy towards AI places it in a strong position to develop itself as one of the leaders, not just in the Arab world, not just in the Middle East, but around the globe. And I think we'll see more and more of these things push through the system in the year. And the UAE is really taking this seriously. It believes that this thing can be a real game changer as part of its diversification program. It can be a thought leader. These things can actually be put into place already, and they can help the lives of the people living here. It's really exciting stuff.
Okay, great. Well, thanks, Eddie Taylor. PwC report is out this week, as we said at the start. You've been watching Inside AB. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do join us every weekday at 10 a.m. and we'll see you next time.